Time now for At the Market with Brian Neiman. At the Market's videotaped before a live audience at Neiman's Family Market in St. Clair. At the Market is sponsored by Fifth Third Bank, the Curious Bank, by St. John's Providence River District Hospital, Waste Management, Think Green, and St. Clair County Community Mental Health. Now let's join our host for this week's At the Market. Welcome to another edition of At the Market with Brian Neiman. I'm not Brian Neiman, or I'm not Jim from St. Clair County Community Health. My name is Paul Dingerman. I'm glad to be here today. We've got a great show lined up for you. We've got 2 cooking segments instead of 1, so twice as much fun. We've got Lynch's Irish Tavern from beautiful downtown Port Huron in their wonderful new location. We're going to introduce you to them. And then the folks from Bub-A-Ellas are going to be here from St. Clair. They're going to talk about some of their recipes, and so it's going to be a fun show. But let's welcome Megan and her dad from Lynch's Irish Pub. Scott, nice to meet you both. Welcome to Brian Neiman's At the Market here in St. Clair. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Tell me about Lynch's Irish Tavern.
Well, it's a family business that we just opened up December 26th. It's owned by myself and my wife, and all of our family works there.
You're where? You're located in downtown Port Huron. It was another facility.
Right, we're at 210 Huron Avenue, right downtown. Depending on where your memory goes, it was once a piano bar.
Yep.
It was a nightclub called Hollister's right before we started it.
So the interior is beautiful. The woods in there are great. It's got a great romance to it, the feeling of the building.
Yes.
How many square feet? How big a place is it?
It's 5,300 square feet.
Wow. And you've got sit-down dining. You've got a bar area.
Yes, yes. We can seat about 200 full capacity.
It must have been exciting on St. Patty's Day.
It was more than exciting on St. Patty's Day. It was all the excitement I could take.
You paid the rent for the year.
That's right, that's right.
Pretty much. And Megan, you are your dad's daughter.
Yes.
And you are the head chef at the Lynch's Irish Pub. What are you going to be preparing for us today?
Today I'm going to be preparing colcannon, which is a traditional Irish dish. I'm also going to be serving it with corned beef.
Ooh.
Then I also have bread pudding samples. It's a very famous dessert at Lynch's, and it's very much enjoyed by our customers.
Tell me about colcannon. What is that now?
Colcannon, it's a traditional Irish dish. So we're going to start off with mashed potatoes, which are going right now, and then you add boiled cabbage just till it's al dente. You don't want it too soft. Chopped scallions, butter, salt and pepper, and heavy cream. Then you just put it all together. It's very simple.
Okay. So I don't know, fellas, if you got a shot of the potatoes, they're boiling, and they're pretty much almost ready. When you are ready, we'll take a break. But is there a secret to putting the colcannon together?
Well, the first thing you want to do is mash the potatoes. You don't want to mash everything together. You want to mash it with the butter and the salt and pepper and the heavy cream, and then incorporate the cabbage and scallions so they're still whole.
Do you cook the cabbage in a special way?
I cook the cabbage in our corned beef juice that comes from the juices from the corned beef. Yep. So it gives it more flavor.
How much corned beef do you go through?
I go through about 18 loins a week.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a lot of corned beef.
A lot of corned beef?
Yeah, a lot of Reubens. Reubens is very popular. So.
Sandwich? Okay. Talk to me about your menu.
Our menu, we just renewed it. Got a couple new items on there. Got a new pasta dish, a new chicken sandwich. About half of it's traditional Irish, and then the other half's traditional American. So it's for everybody.
So everything is good.
Yes.
All right. Are the potatoes about ready to take off?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So why don't we take a short break, and we'll be right back after we drain the potatoes and we'll start mashing them. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Challenge the clock. Challenge trends.
Go.
Challenge gravity. Challenge expectations. Challenge world records. Challenge the culture and the future. Challenge banking. We challenge ourselves to be curious about ideas that make banking better. We're Fifth Third Bank, the curious bank.
We are back, and now let's check Megan and doing a hard work over here. You need us big guys in to mash this.
Well, she didn't want to bring the big masher, so she might be regretting that decision.
When you're mashing a potato, how hard do you have to mash it?
Well, it depends on the doneness of the potatoes, of course. But these are looking pretty good. A couple of them are pretty big. Probably could have gone a little bit longer, but they're doing pretty good over here.
Now, for the Colcannon,
yep.
Colcannon, can you have lumpy potatoes?
Yes, it is often to have a chunk in there. It's very common.
Yeah, it's not a smooth whipped mashed potato.
Put salt in?
Yep, a little pepper, a little pinch of salt and pepper. Put salt and pepper in everything. I gotta go grab my heavy cream here.
Okay. So you do it to taste?
Yes, I do salt and pepper to taste always. It's not really a measurement. If I had to guess, I would do a tablespoon of both in this amount of potatoes. Here I have heavy cream. I'm just gonna add about a cup and a half of that.
Pretty good eye there for a cup and a half.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll make it a little easier to mash, too. That was always my job with my mother in the kitchen. She'd always make me mash the potatoes. So I'm an expert. I could come and work for you.
Yeah, well, she tries to put me to work, too, so I got to be careful.
While she's mashing the potatoes there, we've got an array of alcoholic beverages in front of us. Let's start with, is this the first one we want to start with?
Yeah.
This is tell me about what I've got in my hand here.
What you got there is a beer from Atwater Brewery, which is in downtown Detroit.
Okay.
And at Lynch's, next Tuesday, the 26th, we're having an Atwater beer event. It's called a Tap Takeover. And we're going to have 10 Atwater beers on tap all at one time for people to try and taste.
Different flavors?
Many different flavors. This vanilla Java Porter is one of the flavors that we're going to be having. And Chef Megan is doing some food pairings to go with the beers, so you can have some exciting little menu twists to go with the beers on that day as well.
Great idea. Okay, then later in the month of July, the 11th of July, 10th of July, you've got 11 beers coming in from Bell's Brewery.
That's right. Tuesday, the 10th of July, starting at 4 p.m., we have doing a Bell's beer event, and we're going to have 11 Bell's beers on tap. And that's kind of the kickoff party for Boat Week as well. And Bell's is the sponsor of the Mackinac Island race. And the kickoff party is going to be at Lynch's, and you're going to have an opportunity to try a lot of great Michigan beers. Both these companies are Michigan brewers.
And of course, this is the nameplate of all Irish pubs.
Absolutely, that's the Guinness, and we sell more pints of Guinness than anything else.
Do you really?
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Of course, you have also liquor too, also?
Absolutely, we have a full range of liquor. We have probably every Irish whiskey you can think of, and couldn't be an Irish pub unless you had a nice Irish whiskey assortment to offer.
Talk to me about what else you do at Lynch's Irish Pub besides food. You have entertainment.
Absolutely.
When does that happen?
On Tuesdays we have open mic night, which is a great group of young people from the area. It's hosted by a local band called the Poltroons, and they host the night, and people can come in and use their instruments and play live music, or they can bring their own instruments in, or if you just want to sing and they know the song, you can come in and sing and they'll back you up.
That's when you want the room to empty.
Well,
you have me coming.
It's open mic night, so everybody's welcome. We don't discriminate.
So you have me coming at 2 o'clock to clear the room.
I'll talk to. Yeah, we can probably set that up.
All right, so you got that night, and then what else?
Wednesday nights we have stand-up comedy every Wednesday from 8 to 9:30. It's a group of national touring comics. There are 2 different comics every week. There's no cover charge at Lynch's, and it's an hour and a half to almost 2 hours of great comedy. And so these are people that have been on Comedy Central and toured across the country. Yes.
Wow, that's got to be a tough life. I've always never wanted to be a comedian, but to be traveling and doing that, wow, they must really want to be in the comedy.
Yeah, to go from Port Huron to somewhere in Wisconsin the next day, it seems like it's probably a hard way to go.
Tough way to go.
Very funny people.
Good. Megan, how are you coming over there?
Pretty good. I think I'm almost done.
You're almost done? Those look marvelous. What
Everything's
is the secret of mashing a potato?
Takes time.
Take your time?
Takes time. There's also that difference, of course, between whipped and mashed.
Okay, tell us the difference.
You wouldn't want to whip the whole can because you want the chunks, of course. So, but it would work either way. Definitely would work if you whipped them, but just not the traditional way.
Okay. So you've got, okay, now you're adding?
I'm adding scallions now.
Scallions? Okay. Those look great.
About a cup of those.
Cup of those.
Probably do about 2 cups for cabbage.
Wow, look at that. Now you added butter in there, you added milk, you're mixing it all together.
So everything's better with cream and butter.
That's right.
We're firm believers in that at Lynch's.
Well, it looks marvelous. Now, after this is all mashed, and you've added the ingredients, do you have to reheat it? Do you have to maintain a heat on it, or?
How I serve it is we do maintain a heat on it because we do serve a lot of it at Lynch's. Because it is a traditional Irish dish, a lot of people come to our place to get our traditional Irish dishes. So, but when you're making it at home, you would want to serve it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tastes great.
It's important that the cooks taste what they're cooking.
It's right. The cook better like it.
Yeah.
All right? We got no water in there. That's only for television.
All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start portioning this out.
You want me to give you some of these?
I got them already.
You got them there? Okay.
I'm going to
She's
serve
topping
this
it
today
off.
with corned beef.
Okay.
We also serve a lot of corned beef down at Lynch's. I do a little bit different than traditional. I bake mine instead of boil them. And really holds in that flavor real nicely because I slow roast them for about 5 hours every day.
Okay, well, so we're pretty well done with the preparation here, and all we need to do now is serve it up and let the people eat, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's what you came here for.
All right. So let's go through again what time you're open and where the location.
Well, we're open 7 days a week, from 11 in the morning until 2 at night, or 2 in the morning. We're at 210 Huron Avenue in downtown Port Huron, right near the corner of Quay Street and Huron.
It's becoming a real live downtown again.
It really is.
Downtown is
great.
coming back to life for sure. We're really encouraged by that.
Okay. Well, it's Lynch's Irish Tavern, and we invite you to come up and be a open mic night, or be a comedian, or have a lot of fun. And of course, the food is wonderful, and the spirits are great, as we talked about. Good place for you to come and enjoy. We're going to take a break, let everybody have a bite, and then we'll be back with the crew from Bub-A-Ellas. We'll be right back.
No matter which door you walk through,
you have access to all of us.
I'm a neuro-otologist at Providence Park Hospital.
I'm a pediatric oncology nurse at St. John Hospital.
no matter what kind of care you need,
We have someone in the system who can help you.
I'm a bariatric dietitian at St. John Macomb Oakland Hospital.
I'm a cardiologist at Providence Hospital.
You're covered in the St. John Providence Health System.
It's a system of incredible hospitals and over 125 medical centers.
We can provide everything that you and your family need, from dependable pharmacies to experienced home health and hospice services,
and trusted, compassionate behavioral health care.
We are a faith-based system, so we care for the mind, body, and spirit.
We treat the whole person.
It's more than just what we do, it's our passion.
No matter what service you need,
from preventative care to rehab,
from sickness to health.
Our system has Southeast Michigan covered.
St. John Providence Health System, a passion for healing.
Aligning your company's economic goals with its environmental ones can be a challenge. There are many sides to consider. As North America's leading environmental solutions company, Waste Management works with you to rethink your resources, minimize your waste, and achieve your green goals, all the way around. To learn more, go to thinkgreen.com.
Welcome back to At the Market with Brian Neiman. I'm a substitute host this week by the name of Paul Dingeman. Glad you're here. We've got a local, wonderful establishment by the name of Bub-A-Ellas, and we have Elise from there, the chef. Welcome. Well, Elise Clinigliero.
Yes, you got
it right.
Good job.
Got it right. Bub-A-Ellas has been in St. Clair now for a number of years.
It's been about going on 6 years now.
6 years already. And you serve the most marvelous pizza.
Thank you.
And the secret that nobody knows about is the cannolis.
Yes.
Talk to me about the cannolis.
Our cannolis is an Italian pastry. When we moved here 6 years ago, we didn't realize there was no bakeries around and nobody really knew what they were. Yeah. We used my grandmother's recipe for the cream. It's a sweet, thick cream, and we fill the cannoli shells with a very light pastry shell. And on the ends, we dip it in chocolate chips, or we toast our own almonds. And then you put powdered sugar on top, and I'm telling you, it's the best way to end a meal. It's really very popular.
And people can order them ahead of time if they're going to have a party, that kind of thing?
People can order them ahead of time. We do them by the dozens for parties, or we can put them on party platters. Or people can just come in and order a couple if they want to just taste them just for fun.
That's for after you eat. Let's talk about what you're preparing for us today.
Okay.
And then we'll also get into what the rest of the items of the menu are. What do you got going here?
What I'm preparing today is actually my own dish I made up. It's called Pasta-Elise.
Okay.
It is not on our in-store menu, but it is on our catering menu.
Okay. It's on this menu here, the catering menu.
Yes, it's a separate menu.
But not on the in-store menu.
No.
Okay.
And it's basically it's a nice alternative to a heavy sauce. It's usually the Alfredos and the red sauces. This is very light. It's just sautéed mushrooms, chopped grilled chicken, cherry tomatoes, and we add I add concentrated chicken bouillon. We let it cook down. It kind of gets like a little glaze, and we just pour it over pasta and add grated cheese. And it's very light, and a lot of people like it because it's healthy. There's nothing. It's just olive oil based to fry the mushrooms in, and it's I suggest you use grated Romano cheese as opposed to Parmesan because it's creamier when it melts, so it has a nice consistency when you mix it up.
So she's starting to come to a boil there.
Yeah,
not a boil, but
saute the mushrooms, and I just add a little bit of garlic powder and pepper and a half a teaspoon of salt. You don't want to put too much salt because the chicken bouillon is very concentrated. And once the mushrooms are lightly browned, I add the chopped cherry tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes.
Wow, those look great.
They're sweeter than regular tomatoes. That's why I suggest you use the cherry or the grape. And just kind of toss them around in there. And then I would add, generally if you're cooking, say you're cooking for about a pound of pasta, I would do a cup of mushrooms, a cup of tomatoes, and a cup of chopped grilled chicken.
Okay, that chicken looks great. It's chopped up very nicely.
And it is lightly seasoned. Yes, it is. It's seasoned with garlic powder, salt, pepper, onion powder, a little bit of oregano, and a little bit of, when I cook it in the oven, a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of olive oil.
There's really a good portion of chicken in there.
Yeah, the chicken it's good to have a lot of chicken in the dish because you don't want to just be eating just the pasta and the vegetables. It kind of bulks it up a little bit.
Okay. While that's cooking, talk to me about your pizza. Why is your pizza so famous?
Our pizza is famous, I believe, for the simple fact our dough is hand tossed. We make our own dough in the store. We have our own recipe for our pizza sauce. And really it's just about how you dress the pizza. We do it, everything is very traditional in our kitchen. Everything is homemade recipes. And my father is from, my mother and father are from Brooklyn. They're very particular about the way we dress the pizzas. And also our oven is not a conveyor oven, it's a stone oven. So everything is very old school. So it comes out, the dough is very crisp and crunchy on the crust, and a lot of people seem to love it.
And they have the Clinigliero love.
Yes, you have to cook with love. That makes sure everything comes out good that way.
This is smelling wonderful too.
And now at this point, once everything is sauteed in the pan, you're going to want to add, I have a little bit of concentrated chicken bouillon.
Okay. How much bouillon are you going to put in there?
I'm putting a half cup right now.
Okay.
Just to cover the bottom of the pan.
All right.
And then you just want to let it cook. I'm going to turn the heat up a little. You let it cook on medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes until it cooks down.
Okay.
And when it's done in the pan here, you simply pour it over. You can pick any pasta noodle you want, shells or rigatoni or penne. You pour it over the pasta and you add about a half a cup of grated Romano cheese and mix it up, and it becomes really creamy, and that's how you get the consistency when you add the cheese.
Okay. Now, we're going to let that simmer. We've got some samples for the audience, but let's go through the menu too again. You said you had 2 menus.
Yes.
So I've got a menu that I can, when I come into the store, I can order off this, and this is the pizzas and salads and everything else?
Yep, we do salads, we do sandwiches and hot subs. We also do pasta dinners, ribs, chicken. It's very extensive, wings, and all of our pasta dinners are homemade recipes. Everything's made from scratch.
Okay, and then the yellow menu is what now?
That is our catering menu. We do off-site catering. We do anything from a passing dish to a wedding.
Oh, really?
So, and people can, usually they get off the catering menu, but sometimes people want to cater food off the in-store menu, and that's fine too.
Okay.
It's really picking up. We've done a few weddings, and it really, with this town being a small town, it's word of mouth is our best advertisement.
Tell me the origination of the name.
Everybody asks. Bub-A-Ellas. Bub and Ella are my mother and father's first grandchildren, my brother's kids. And when we started the business, they originally wanted the business to be there for them when they get older. And Ella is my 9-year-old niece, and Bub is David. We call him Bubba when he was little because he was a little chunker. And it kind of just stuck, and now they have a little sister named Kara. And on our menu, we have Kara's cannolis, so she doesn't feel left out.